The Epstein Files weren't meant to expose people. They were meant to end the cases quietly, and that changes how we should read them, how we should understand them. In July of 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on federal charges of sex trafficking minors. Less than a month later, he was dead. Officially, his death was ruled as a suicide. But what followed wasn't closure, it was confusion. Thousands of pages of court documents, depositions, fight logs, and settlements have since been released. They are often referred to collectively as the Epstein Files. Most people assume these documents reveal a secret list of powerful individuals who were exposed and punished. They don't. What they actually reveal is something far more unsettling. The illusion of a list. One of the most common misconceptions is that the Epstein Files contain a definitive list of clients. They do not. There is no single document that names everyone involved, confirms the crimes, or assigns guilt. Instead, the files consist largely of testimony, civil complaints, and third-party references, often hearsay. Many names appear not because they were charged, but because they were mentioned. In some cases, a name only appears once. In others, it appears dozens of times without a single criminal charge. The presence of a name does not equal guilt, but absence does not equal innocence either. This ambiguity is one of the most important and least discussed elements of the case. Flight logs versus evidence. Epstein's private jet, often referred to as the Lolita Express, has become a symbolic of the case. Flight logs confirm that many high-profile individuals flew on Epstein's aircraft. What the logs do not confirm is what happened once the plane landed. They don't show destinations beyond basic locations. They don't show who stayed, who left early, or who interacted with whom. In several cases, individuals named in the logs deny any knowledge of illegal activity. Some say they were on the plane once. Others say they were never on it at all. Again, the documents record movement, not behavior. Let's say that there's a powerful individual who just recently became powerful and doesn't know anything about Jeffrey Epstein besides the fact that he's a powerful guy with a lot of money, but has never heard anything bad about him. Now let's say that powerful individual gets on Jeffrey Epstein's plane because Jeffrey Epstein was just a nice guy you just met and you don't know anything about him. That is recorded. Are you guilty? No. There are many individuals in this case who were only documented once. I believe that some of them might not actually be guilty and that some of them might be guilty. It's a 50-50. Again, these documents don't record behavior, just movement. But for some, they do record behavior. One of the quietest but most revealing aspects of the Jeffrey Epstein Files is how often settlements appear. Civil cases were resolved privately, non-disclosure agreements were signed, accusers were paid. This doesn't prove anyone's innocence or guilt, but I believe it proves guilt. What it does explain is why so few details are ever reached in trials, settlements, and lawsuits. They also end discovery. Once a case is settled, evidence stops being collected, testimonies stop being recorded, and public scrutiny fades. In many ways, the Epstein case didn't disappear. It was legally concluded. In 2021, Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted of sex trafficking related charges. Her trial was notable not for what was revealed, but for what wasn't. Very few third parties were discussed in depth. No major news names were introduced. No additional arrests followed. This raised a difficult question. If Epstein and Maxwell operated a trafficking network, where are the others? The files don't answer this. They only show the system that enabled Epstein existed long before his arrest and continued quietly after his death. Now, here's what the files don't tell us. The Epstein Files do not explain who knowingly participated, who was protected and why no broader investigations followed, or why accountability stopped where it did. They don't give answers, they give fragments, and fragments are harder to ignore than conclusions. What most people miss in the Epstein Files isn't a hidden list or a final revelation. It's the absence of revolution. A case involving immense power, money, and influence ended without transparency, without clarity, and without proportional accountability, and that may be the most disturbing detail of all. Now, this case will probably go unsolved because so much money was paid under the table, but all the documentations of everyone who were transported on an Epstein plane and who visited his island are documented. What isn't documented is what those people did, their behavior.